Hey everyone, Kenny Chan here with Century 21 Prosenco Group with another quick market update. There are some early signs that the market is going to be slowing down, probably in the next 30 to 60 days. I've been having lots and lots of conversations with my clients, buyers and sellers about, are these bidding wars, are these multiple offer situations, offer nights, offer dates, are they going to continue indefinitely? Or will they stop at some point? So generally speaking, these things, offer dates, bidding wars, they all eventually come to an end for a variety of reasons. One of them is obviously buyer fatigue. It sucks, and you've probably heard multiple stories of people losing out on placing 10 to even 20 offers on properties. They get tired, and they get tired of doing it, and decide, no, I'm going to take a break from this frenzy. At the same time, the other thing that helps stop reoccurrence of offer dates is the fact that prices tend to keep increasing, right? So as prices increase, it starts to dwindle the number of buyers who are considered serious buyers, and so then the number of offers on an offer night might start to decrease, and at some point they might be eliminated altogether. So my own personal prediction, if you were to ask me, probably in the next 30 to 60 days, you'll start to see less and less of properties that are listed in the GTA that have offer dates. Right now, it almost looks like at least 50% of properties have an offer date on them. So my prediction is 30 to 60 days from now, probably more closer to 30 days from now, you should start seeing at around 50% of properties have an offer date, and then maybe 60 days from now, less than 50%. I mean, there will always be people and sellers who are listing properties with an offer date, and there are a lot of very good reasons to hold off on offers from a selling perspective. But in any case, I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some early trends that I'm seeing. So let me just close this. Let me move my screen out around here, move it somewhere else. So right now, what you're seeing, this is an analytics tool with BrokerBay. So BrokerBay, long story short, is a platform that connects different brokerages together. So BrokerBay does not represent or is not used by every single brokerage in Ontario, but basically this data does show some trends that are going on. Not the exact numbers. The exact numbers are not very indicative of the whole market, but it gives you an information about trends. So we're going to take a look at Toronto, the City of Toronto sales, so no listings, all property types, detached, semi, freehold, condo, townhome, and condo apartments. Every bar here is representing a weekly summary, and we're doing a range between January the 3rd to April the 3rd, okay? January the 3rd to April the 3rd, last 3 months, basically. So let's take a look, last 4 months. Let's take a look here and just show you the showing volume. Okay, so I'd like to look at the number of showings that are booked through the platform here. So we see here in bottom left, beginning of January, not, a lot of showings, but you start starting to creep up, creep up, creep up, creep up, creep up, and it's just basically almost like a non-stop increase in the number of showings. A little bit of a dip, for a week or two here, but really just kept increasing, increasing, increasing. And now it seems like we might have reached the peak already, the week of March the 14th. So March the 14th to March the 21st. This was the summary of that. And so you kind of see it starts to decrease and decrease. But let's take a look specifically. Let's just look at condo apartments. Slow increase, and then starts to increase more dramatically. Now we've had a couple weeks of almost a whole month of continued decrease in the number of showings booked through this platform. Now let's just look at detached. Not as quite pronounced, right? You can see that the number of showings has increased, and only recently started to decrease again. Okay, and I'm sure I've done these. They all look the same, whether or not whatever type of property it is, it all looks the same. So it starts to increase. This one's a little bit more tricky because there are not a whole lot of freehold townhomes in Toronto compared to detached or even condo apartments, so the numbers might be a little bit wonky. We can see like an overall trend since late February, early March, that we start to have less showings booked through this platform. Okay, so let's take a quick peek now and look at another area, just say new market. Okay, so let's look at all property types. Let's actually focus on detached. Okay, you can see increase, then a drop, and then another increase again. So it's not quite like Toronto, but once again, similar, similar trends seem to be forming here in terms of since, March, late February, early March, just a general decrease in number of showings. A lot of reasons, right? I mentioned at the beginning. Prices have increased since the beginning of the year. Um, there have been a lot of bidding wars in the early part of the first 3 to 4 months of the year so far. People are getting tired, prices are going up, and it's basically pricing people out of the market. Therefore, you're always going to get less showings, right, with less people, being in the market. So, but even if I took another section here, let's take one more area here. Let's look at Markham. Let's look at detached properties. Similar thing, it's been going up pretty steadily. A little dip here, but generally speaking, just going up. And then now we're starting to see multiple weeks of less and less showings. So this basically gives me at least some indication that that the number of bidding wars, multiple offer situations is eventually slowly going to correct itself, and we'll get back to a market that's less frenzied. When that'll happen, like I said, probably, in 30 days, you'll start seeing less, and probably 60 days should be, my opinion, is less than 50% of the properties that are listed will have some sort of bidding situation. Obviously, depending on the neighborhood, if it's a rare type of property, if it's a unique type of property, there will probably still be, offer nights, bidding wars, etc. But you won't see it that often for every single property that comes up on the market. Okay? If you have any questions, my information is below. Feel free to reach out, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.